everyone, Patreon users. We've got some setups because we've got the strong USD on the bubbles, which you can see if you've got the spreadsheet access, which you will have, I think most of you will have. If you go to average bubbles, so the dollar has been shorted by the retail guys and they've gone quite long on the euro, okay? And so just bear that in mind. So we should see some dollar strength, which we're seeing on the Euro USD. And there's MR2, going to be a good resistance. And the next one is MR1, which is probably going to be a likely target 101.07. We have taken out a lot of stop loss clusters already. And the one below is at 101.99. Potentially, because we're below MR2, we can probably target MR1. If we're looking at things, you know, from a purely technical view. One above is at 103.94, so we could probably come down and take that stop, I think. And we've had a good entry already, and you should probably have been, you know, if you took the trade, you would have been in green. You would have made some nice profits already. It came quite a little bit earlier, last hour, so you know you'd be up a little bit. And it's a sell here, it's a sell here, and it's a sell here. Okay, so let's look at the pound. And we'll look at Aussie as well. God, I'm trying to find the pound there. And stop loss cluster there, one at 18.40, one above, one below, sorry, 117.79. MR1, 117.66. So it's looking fairly heavy. H4 candles, quite bearish. And they've gone long, but we haven't got the sell set up because we haven't got the crossover of the 21 moving average and the ratios, okay? This is a sell. Currently we're a buy because we're below 50%. So let's look at Aussie. And yeah, so we've taken stop loss cluster out there, as you saw, and 66 and 66.60. All right, so they've got the spooky number and then you've got the round number. We are a sell here. And we're going to make a potential sell because of the crossover. So that's of note. If it does, that's going to be quite a good indication that we'll come down to MR1, I think, 65.73. And we've got the Fed minutes as well. And we've got the yields, they rose. Okay, so that tells us a little bit of risk off. And we've got very much out of bonk yield curve as well. So it's all to do with the dollar. If you can maybe monitor that dollar, it's worth, it'll pay dividends. And if the Australian dollar comes over here, then yeah, that would be a good setup for Aussie USD short. And I've got dollar Swiss because you remember we'd really oversold. This is MS3 there, which is kind of unusual that we'd exceed that. And we have used that as a support. One above is at 95, or you could say 96. Yeah. And then one below is at 94.90. We are a sell at the big picture. If they're shorting it, we can come up. And this looks like a liquidation event where those longs got, you know, they got squeezed. And so there's less longs. Less longs is bullish, okay? So we really, really fell. And they would have gone through a lot of pain and ordeal and, you know, turmoil. And, you know, that probably might have done it here. And, of course, we had a doji and then it was reversal. And it just coincided with that peak there, and so that's that. So we can maybe come up to MS2, yeah, MS2 there, 96.13, where the stop loss cluster is fairly close, so it could be a good resistance. So don't forget the big picture, we are a sell. However, less longs is bullish. Okay, so that looks like a squeeze that had happened there on the dollar Swiss, and we used the MS3 as a support. Okay, it's monthly support 3. Dollar yen, and well, so we're taking up stops, which, you know, that's fine. We are a sell at the big picture. They've gone long. The buyers are in control. One above was at 141.52. One below is at 139.57. The support one is at 144.20, so we're a long way away, and we can potentially come up there. We've got some stop loss cluster nodes at 144. There's a big one there at 144, well, 145, I guess you could say. Yeah, 145. It might want to come up and get that. And just to tease them and just to really ruin, you know, that, you know, their finances. come down. Potential scenario there. That's where the stop loss cluster is there. Probably going to rinse all these stops, and it's going to probably want to come up there 145. So it's got quite a painful journey if you're short. Okay, even though at the big picture we're short, we know we're sell, but if they go long over time, oh yeah, that's interesting. They are going long and they're getting paid, right? So this could be a bit naughty. This could be like a fake because they're going long, and it'd be unusual for them to be getting paid. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Keep an eye on dollar yen. I think today we should be falling, and this is probably just a stop hunt. I think maybe 142 there. This is just ignoring the sentiment and wants to get a stop loss cluster. So I think that's probably what's going to happen. And so that's it. I'm going to wrap up now. Loads of videos, loads of analysis in Discord. And I apologise if it was a little bit over the top, but there's lots to talk about in what's going on in the world of Forex. So be careful, and I'll speak to you guys soon.